What's up, guys? F-Focus, and we're back on customs. So, after talking to a few people that like to play this game, that maybe aren't as advanced as some of the other players, they're not new, but they're not quite, veterans to the game. They said, hey, can you help me out with some callouts? And I decided, okay, you know what, I'll upload a video for callouts. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with callouts necessarily, but this is all the spawns that you can spawn in. Now, obviously, this is the wall around the customs warehouse. You can spawn here. Basically, this spawn here, here, and here are going to be your main spawns. But this one we call bus spawn. We call this one loot van spawn. This one storage spawn, alleyway spawn, crack spawn, tracks spawn, warehouse spawn, trash spawn, and ditch spawn. Now those are the main locations that you can spawn at. Obviously, like I said, others you'll spawn more so than some of these other ones, like warehouse and stuff. These are the less spawns that you'll have. But now that we got the spawns out of the way, that pretty much does it for all the callouts in customs. Really, you'll just say, hey, I'm on bus spawn, or I'm near bus spawn, or yada yada yada. There's really no, I guess, differentiating between like where you're at. You're pretty much just gonna say where you are and say what spawn you're near. That's pretty much the only callouts that you shall have here. So let's move on to bridge. I can't remember if I turned AI off or not. I doubt did not. Alright, so you made it to bridge. Now, there's 4 options in order to move out east to get to the extraction points. Now, your 4 options are first land bridge, second land bridge, water crossing, or water bridge is what I call it, and then actual bridge, that we just call bridge. Now, this bridge over here, this land bridge, is going to be your most camped area. Most players will camp that than they will anything else. And if it's been somewhat far in the raid, a lot of the times they will move up to this building right there and camp and watch actual bridge and pretty much whatever they can see. But that's the bridge that most people rush straight to from trash and bus and tracks. They'll just rush straight across and get over here into a nice camp spot. This is second lane bridge. It's not really crossed as much, but if you want a safe way across with a lot of cover, second lane bridge is definitely a nice way to go. And if it's real late in the raid, actual bridge is always not too bad. Or if you have a big squad, you can push up on the actual bridge and you should do quite well. Now, right here we have the water crossing. This is your most common spot for newbie players. For hatchets and pistol players and players that want to get to dorms as fast as possible so they can pretty much just hang up shop and sit there. Alright, so now you've made it up this far. Now I call this the little convenience store, the little one, because there's a bigger one obviously that way, or I just call it the little quickie stop building, whatever. It's really no significance other than players will come here and loot the scavs that they've killed, but you can always call it out that way. Now the big ones that you want to know callouts for is that building right up there, which is actually new construction. This is where a lot of players will sit, and we call it new construction. The whole area inside the fence right there is called new construction, other than back there far to the south side of it. We call that alleyway in between the 2 big buildings that runs up to new construction. I call that alleyway. Now there's really, you can call these metal crates, small buildings, whatnot. They're no significance whatsoever. Here's the big one. A lot of players, even if they cross bridge or even land bridge and they make their way over here, they'll always run along this side. And we call this the bank, or the ridge. It's really what we all say. So we'll always say, hey, there's somebody on the ridge, or somebody ran down the ridge, yada yada yada. And that's pretty much it for this whole entire area. From this point on, it's pretty much split into some giant chunks. Over there, you can see the building. That's called dorms. Obviously, you got big dorms, little dorms. Again, inside this wall, still new construction. Okay, so proceeding. Now, like I said, back down that way is dorms. That's the big dorms. You got the small dorms right over here. 2-story dorms and 3-story dorms. Obviously, it's pretty easy to differentiate which one is which. Now, again, where I'm at right now is new construction exit. But you got to be careful when you make that call out, because you got this big exit, which is where the wall is blown down, and then you got that smaller exit over there. So we call this one big new construction exit, and then little or small new construction exit, because there are two. And if you come from new construction, there's only two ways to get out: that one or this one. And obviously, I mean, you can jump up here and jump off, but it's gonna fuck you up pretty good. And I mean, you're gonna, obviously, if you're watching new construction, any exit, you're gonna see this guy when he comes up here. So this entire area is called bus stop. Okay, and then we call this, where the bus and the stop, we call this actual bus stop. I know they're pretty similar, or we just call it you know, the pit stop or whatnot. I think I've only called it that like twice, but whenever we say bus stop, we mean this entire general area right here, off to the left in the woods, and actually inside and on the street right here. And then that one, we just say the actual bus stop is usually what Tyler and I say. That call out's called overpass, and we just call this one either, really we just call in woods. We just call it the woods area, just because, like I said, there's really no, I mean, real important call out from over there. The overpass is the main area of insertion. So, moving on. Now this one right here is called convenience store. It is a gas station, yes, but it's also a convenience store, which is why it's called convenience store. So, you have this. There's a couple ways to bypass it. Now, there's really, this whole area here is just called convenient, but you can go around the back, to go around the far back, go around the fence, go through the convenience store and out the little back door right there, or you can actually go on top the pipes and through the barbed wire. Don't worry, it's not going to kill you. But if you have factory key, this is your main area, because you can get to an extraction fairly fast by coming through this area. Obviously, we call this shortcut. So, come up from overpass, you'll say either we can go convenient or we can go shortcut. So again, that's your shortcut area. You pretty much just have certain warehouses. I mean, there's really, you don't have to worry about too much other than, that's the sniper scav warehouse or sniper warehouse. There's, I mean, I've never heard anybody else call it anything different, just because that's where the sniper scav likes to hang out and sit on and chill. But yeah, so that's that one. This one I call it the wallet warehouse. Alright, now this area right here is another common one that people go to and that you should maybe check out. This is called tanks. A lot of AI will sit around here. They'll wrap around this corner sometimes. They'll fucking sit over in there in the buses. They'll rush you right here on top of this little ledge. Right here, right here. And they'll even come through the crack. Now, again, just like new construction, okay? Just like new construction. There's a small exit or entrance, and then there's a big exit or entrance. Now, this is called, can you guess? Yeah. Big checkpoint exit and little checkpoint exit. Now, a lot of times players won't have the factory key, so they'll wrap around convenience store and come through checkpoint. Now, the safest spot for a player to go, keep this in mind for if you're one of those players or if you're wanting to hunt those players, is to go through woods right back there. To hug that back wall, slowly wrap around until you get in here, and then this is where you want to be. Okay? You'll wrap this wall, you'll jump it, kill everybody at checkpoint, whatever, get their loot, and most of the time you run to this big opening. You don't want to backtrack down the street in case there's somebody trailing you, or there's somebody who could be trailing you. So you go through big opening. Now, this is up to you. We call this the smokestack warehouse over there, or dead scav warehouse. This doesn't have a name because nobody even fucking goes in and loots it unless you're these scrubs. Boom. that'll actually be in another little montage video I'm making, but yeah, those are scrubs. So, that's pretty much it. Tanks, checkpoint, and then the dead scav warehouse. There's really nothing else around here other than PC van, which you can call this like PC van lot or just PC van, just because there's a computer in the back of that van that you can loot and get some gear out of. Now, we call this bunker extract or first extract or old extract, because that's the extraction that most new players will go to, because they'll just wrap far around and just go in there and leave. And then there's only a couple other places worth mentioning. This next extraction right here, which looks just like the old extract, we call this barbed wire extract just because there's barbed wire all the way around it. Be careful. A lot of players with broken legs and shit go, oh my god, it's an extraction. Yeah, it is an extraction, but you shouldn't be going through it. So be careful. Always run in between the trees, then go down. Now we're back to somewhat where we were. This is Sniper Scav Warehouse. We're just behind the Wallet Warehouse. So we're gonna wrap around. The last point of interest. There's gonna be 2 callouts roughly. We're on the overpass right here. Doesn't have a callout. You just say you're on top or down below. Now, this is called gas station extraction. You can go behind gas station extraction, which you will call out accordingly, behind gas station or gas station. And that's the only other callouts that I can say that I use personally. I'm sure there's a lot of other YouTubers that have a callout for everything. This is called first pump, second pump, third. Okay, I don't really care about all that shit. I play to have fun on games. This isn't a pro scene, you know. This is just a fun game, so. But yeah, this is pretty much what the game consists of and is made of. So, gas station extract, which is a really heavy, popular extraction. Just keep that in mind when you're pushing this way. Other than that, that's going to pretty much wrap it up and do it for the callouts. Let me know if you guys like this kind of video. If not, that's cool. But if you guys do like this kind of video, then we can always do more of it. Just one of those things, you know. But like I said, that's going to pretty much do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Remember, hit that like button, subscribe, share it if you want, but always enjoy.
I do this for my father, who I've only seen from time to time in my dreams. I do this for you. I do this for my mother, who's finally clean and no longer a fan. I do this for you. I do this for my sister, my wife and my kids, cause they part of the team. I do this for all the naysayers.